welcome back to the YouTube channel. Today we're going to be talking about a skill that any player at any level can learn to attack pressure. The skill we're going to be talking about today is the hip switch. The hip switch can be used when a defender is pressuring you within an arm's length. So it's going to be further than an arm's length away when the defender is more closely defending you with your forearm. Now, against really aggressive defenders that are playing within an arm's length, you don't want to handle the ball open-chested. So if they're within arm's length and real physical with their forearm, touching with their hand, you don't want to handle the ball open-chested like this. Instead, we want to get more to a closed position. Not a back position with we turn our back, but more of a closed position. So after getting a closed position, and now you can visualize the defender's forearm or hand here on my hip. Once I get in this closed position, I'm going to take a dribble with my outside hand, which would be my right now. I'm going to take a dribble, then from that position, I'm going to turn my hips. Just like that. So now the defender has lost all its leverage, and now I'm in a running position to get downhill. Then once we're able to flip our hips, we take our dribble and flip our hips here. Now we need to get our hand behind the basketball, like we talked about in previous episodes. If we have our hand on top, it's going to go straight down the floor. Whereas if we get our hand on the back, we're going to be able to take our dribble straight downhill, or be able to counter back to the other direction. So in review, we don't want to handle open-chested versus super aggressive defenders. Instead, we want to get closed, dribble with our outside hand, flip our hips, and then get our hand behind the ball to drive it downhill or counter back to our left-hand side. The last thing I want to talk about within the hip switch is my off arm. So once I'm here closed and I switch, I want to keep my arm up here in an L shape and not flat like this. The first reason you want to keep it up here is to absorb contact from the defender. The second reason is I'm able to knock hands off, knock hand checks off that are trying to keep me from keeping my straight line drive. The last reason is it's easier and quicker for me to get to my shot. If I'm all the way here, it takes much longer to get to my shot.